your ability to run and use that big frame that he has, that body against you. It's going to be very difficult to break passes up.
Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yeah, it's not just athletic ability as well.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Larry Ridley is analysis of this first half. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
In the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes energy is like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now Wentz. He's got time. Looking for Green. Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Bortles now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's what they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Working from the gun, Wentz. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Mike Gillislee, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Now hold thing here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
13 yards there on the pickup, and the Eagles are going to have a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Wentz. Can't find anyone open. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle to Garcon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Hawker's kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And here is Blake Bortles as we focus in on him for our Players Spotlight. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Kelsey out in the slot right. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's one of his advantages of a passer is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
2nd down now after the pass completion. The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Yeldon, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. About 3 yards there to the 27. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce